me see if I'm live. Ooh, I'm live. What's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Normally, I'm from Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, but today I am here on my own YouTube channel. This is the Stacey Storino channel. We are all about content marketing that drives traffic to your business so that you can do more business. We don't do random acts of content. I've been a coach for, at this point, over 8 years. I literally have thousands of students to my name. And I do try to teach things 30,000 foot view, which is what today's coaching session, free coaching session. And thank you for watching live, and thank you for watching on the replay. I have a global audience, so I know some people are coming on the replay. But today's going to be more of like a 30,000 foot view deal. I mean, you guys fire away your questions because I'm here for you. But if everybody's like popping a Cinema 5 and they're just going to sit back and let me chit chat for a while, that's cool. But if you have any questions along the way that have to do with content marketing, especially organic content marketing, on any platform, really just about, I could definitely give you a breakdown. Ooh, hey, Bridget, good morning. Hashtag live, how are you feeling? Thank you so much. Hi. Sadly, I need these glasses. Hi, Bridget at Personal Space Creations. Thanks. I feel a lot better. This is something else that we could talk about too, because I know that I have more than one student who struggles with everything from immunosuppression like I have had since 1992. And it's hard, even when you're working for yourself or working from home, if you're in and out of hospitals and in and out of medical clinics and how many different procedures and how many different medications, it can be very hard at any age, let alone as an older, more mature entrepreneur or creator. It can be hard to work. And then, of course, I've had students all the way up to suffering from, God forbid, cancer. And they're like trying to do stuff between chemotherapy appointments and stuff. So believe me, it comes a whole lot worse than what I'm struggling with. So, but thank you so much, Bridget. She's one of my regular students. And my regular students know if I take a sick day, I'll post in the groups and stuff like that. Hey, Amy Lindbraid, what is going on? Good to see you, Miss Amy. Oh, hey, so you guys also, especially if you're one of my students in one of my student coaching groups, make sure that you let me know down below, what are you doing for your business this week? Is it relationship marketing campaign that's going on this week? Do you have a sales-based marketing campaign? What have you done for your website? What have you done for any sales funnels? If you use sales funnel technology, what are you learning with this week? What kind of wins did you have this past week with any sales promotions or coupon-based promotions from my coaches and course creators and digital salespeople? How did your cart open, cart close go recently? Do let me know. Hey, Susie Bomber's Batch, what's going on? Good to see you. Remember, you got any questions on content marketing, put it down there. Hey, Miss Heidi, much praise to you. I know you've been doing really well recently. I want to notice you again, recognize you again. I'm so glad that you have been learning and applying like, a hard working person. And I really am so proud of you and the progress that you've made. So you guys fire away any questions. If you're watching on the replay, cool. You can put your comments and questions down below on the replay. And definitely I try to look at least one day back when I do these lives. So if you're like, darn it, I wasn't here for the live, who cares? You can still ask a question. And on the replay, I will definitely address it. Susie says, thank you for answering my question, Miss Susie. Says, restocking inventory after a very successful live event. Good girl. So that live event, Susie, if you care to share, you don't have to. Was that like a digital trunk show? Were you launching something? Is this a retirement party and get it while it's around? I do have students that range anywhere from, tangible products-based business to digital products-based business to eBay/Etsy type businesses to the running everything off their own website, coaches, course creators, food service establishments, you name it. Lisa Garrett, good morning. Happy to hear you're feeling better. Hashtag live, hashtag replay. Hi, Miss Lisa. What are you doing for your business this week, girl? Share with me so that we can all recognize you and cheer each other along. So unless I get a more specific question, which is cool if I do or cool if I don't, let me talk about the 30,000 foot view thing that I kind of wanted to talk about today, which is, why understanding how algorithms work, is very important for your business, because it will keep you from feeling like I just post and post and post and nobody sees what I'm posting, or the same 5, 6 people, I'm just preaching to the converted. Or why is it that I was doing stuff weeks to months ago and I was supersonic and now it's like, you know, again, we're going to address this from a 30,000 foot view kind of approach, but I'm telling you that the more you pay attention to what algorithms are, how they work, specifics of different platforms, you can Google them if, like, later on you're not here and we're not discussing it live. You can ask, but you can also Google if you've never thought in terms of algorithms before. And the more mature of an entrepreneur you are, the more likely that is to be the case. You're not stupid. You're not dumb. I'm over 50. This stuff didn't come naturally to me. I had to be soaking in it like for the last 8 years. And believe me, in the beginning, it was kind of rough. There was a lot of learning curve. I definitely felt like I was a stranger in a strange land. So if you feel that way, that's okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of. But the more you know, and the more you metabolize this type of information, again, today's going to be more 30,000 foot view, but if you apply it in what you're doing, you will sooner or later see the results, especially if you pay attention to your analytics or insights that your website gives you, any social media platform that I can think of right now gives you. They all do. And usually they're calling it analytics or insights. You may need, depending upon this platform that we're talking about, you may need to have a business or a pro account or something like that. They use different platform parlance, but usually it's a business account to either get analytics at all or to get analytics, that go deep into like who your audience is and the demographics and when they're on the platform. And, you can get some 30,000 foot view collective stuff going back a week. You could go back a month, but that tends to be a lot of content, and the way people's like trends and tastes and proclivities and everything goes, it's like the speed of light. So just because they can let you look back 30, 60, 90 days, depending upon the platform, I would say it's a better practice. I mean, those views may have, or those filters might have their use, but I would say that you would want to go back every week, just because you can look at those analytics and insights and they will tell you like what you need to know. Are you reaching the right audience? If it matters to you, are you reaching the right part or parts of the world? Are you really publishing your stuff during periods of time that your followers and or people like your followers would be on that platform? Because you might have to readjust when you're publishing things. If you're using like an auto poster or a content scheduler, like Later, I like Later. It's not sponsored. I'm not going to drop an affiliate link, but Later would be my kind of, if you need a Swiss Army knife kind of approach digitally, I definitely would recommend Later. There's no links down below for it and anything like that. I used to recommend Hootsuite, and that was a good recommendation until a couple of years ago when, but we'll get to algorithms, what they are, why you care, and how, honestly, once you understand that and you pair that understanding with the analytics per platform, and you do 1 week look backs and you pay attention going forward, you're not spraying and praying content. You're not posting stuff and using hope marketing. Like Renee Christine always says, hope marketing really isn't that useful. It's less like throwing spaghetti against the wall and more like over time, you really come to like know you keep your finger on the pulse of your current following. And like, as it grows, and you can see, is there big changes or not? Like when we do content marketing for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, we can pretty much bet the farm about what they're going to like, what they're not going to like. We might experiment a little because you don't know, and tastes and proclivities change, but like at least 80% of what we put out there, roughly, we know it's like shooting fish in a barrel. We know what they like. And we're also polling our audience. It could be through email. It could be on like the poll sticker on a piece of Instagram story content. It could be otherwise on other social platforms. We'll ask them for their opinions. And once you have a dialed in community, whether it's a lot of responses or a little responses, you will get feedback from them. And you should experiment based upon that feedback. It is a rare day, we found at Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, that if our people vote on something, especially if they vote hard on something, that it doesn't work out, or if we offer them that edible product, it doesn't sell as much. It happened like last year, they voted heavy duty for soups. They wanted soups on the fall menu, for example, and we put it out and they sold, but we're spoiled. We're used to, we put something out and boom, But if you looked at the poll results, it would be like, wow, this should be, a home run, and it's not. But most of the time, when you're dialed in with your audience, your brand community, and they're dialed in with you, most of the time, what they tell you does tend to pan out. Now, I do see I have comments and stuff. So before I go any further, Bridget says, we're not doing a sale until the laser is up and running again, because they do physical products for sure. So they need new equipment, but I'm starting to tease for our November collection of laser cut jewelry. Awesome. You do have to be teasing and warming up the pizza oven of that sale, of that promotion, of that launch. By the way, you guys, give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out both while the video is live, because the algorithm will go, oh, there's more engagement. I will ping more of her current subscribers. We're getting towards 1,500, which is really exciting. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because this is all about content marketing. If you open up another tab and you see what we're talking about, it could be Instagram, it could be TikTok, it could be other things. I'm going to go into like a 2-3 week deal where I'm talking about, if you're a coach or a course creator, you want to be, how to do proper branding and content marketing for you. But for my current students, a lot of them are starting to lean into coaching and course creation also to supplement or to get additional streams of income over digital products or physical products based up. And we can talk about why that's interesting to you in a minute if it's not already. But I have a lot of students in mind, when they go from basic, they go to intermediate or advanced, they start getting teammates, they start scaling up multiple 5-6 figures and stuff like that. And a lot of them within 1 to 2 years, they do it. Again, I've been doing this for 8 years. I've just seen it. I've seen the patterns. A lot of them go, you know what? I'm ready to coach. Like if I sell essential oils, I might want to sell a course about, how to use essential oils to do this or to do that, or different blends of essential oils for different aromatherapeutic benefits. I have students who sell crystals and, they believe in earth healing and stuff like that. So they have courses now that, yes, use their products as props. So they're selling their own course, plus they're selling their own products or accoutrement for stuff, right? It's the same thing. If you did your own custom oils or candles or anything like that, you could come out with a coach. You could come out with a coaching package. You could come out with a course creation. You could come out with a challenge or something, and you could be selling your own products. And you could always say, or products like mine. But most of the time, what do you think people are going to go for? Your products, especially if you have a challenge only or course only promotion. So more and more of my students are getting into coaching and or course creation too. Melissa Pickle's another one. She just had released her Trunk Sew Secrets course. If you didn't do that, I am going to be an affiliate of hers, and we'll do something before the end of the year is the plan. So a lot of you, even if you're beginner into intermediate, you're like, now she's planted a seed. Okay, so let me read more of these comments. Susie said it was a live, local, in-person craft show. Cool. And Bridget says, great leadership, Bridget. Congrats, Susie. Congrats, Susie. That's great. Speaking of Melissa Pickle, I know that she's doing both virtual and live stuff again. Amy Lynn Blade says, and I know a lot of you were like that, started out day one on TikTok with 1,200 views, and then it died off immediately. And I'm lucky if I get 150 to 300 views. Are those good numbers for just starting out? Yup. I have been posting once every day. Cool. And by the way, Amy, think about this like rationally, like on your other platforms. Like I think you're also on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know. I have like hundreds of current students running around in my coaching groups and stuff like that. So I'm trying to keep track of you all. So I'm pretty sure you're on both Facebook and Instagram as well. Be honest. Like when you post content on Facebook and Instagram, if it's not an Instagram reel, let's say it's a feed post or something like that, do you see results like that on those platforms? Probably not. I am painting with a broad brushstroke for everybody, not just like Amy, TikTok is awesome. I do want to talk about how the TikTok algorithm is starting to shift a little, but not in a bad way. And if you're in my social talk shortcut course, everything I teach you is still good. This is kind of like where they're trending. So I am going to post there, and I am remastering that course. So it'll definitely be in there. But it's just kind of like, keep in mind. And when I go back to talking about algorithms in my 30,000 foot view way again, like I said earlier, don't worry, we're going to definitely address how algorithms iterate and change. We'll go from like newbies that are supersonic hot and are a great growth vehicle like TikTok. And then we'll end up where Facebook is, and how it's not really pay to play. And if you start plowing money into Facebook and you're not getting good organic results, you could be wasting your money. So I'll kind of like use it as a spectrum, because I know a lot of my students, if not all of them, have a Facebook presence. More and more of them are getting on TikTok now. And then we could use something like Instagram up the center for an example. So like you have like baby hot growth, we still have room to move on Instagram. So TikTok, Instagram, and then Facebook. So we're definitely going to get into that. So I still think that's really good results for you. Plus, Amy, keep in mind the way the TikTok algorithm works, and it's going to continue to work for some time to come. Also, you guys, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. It will help me while this is live, because the YouTube algorithms, speaking of algorithms, will push this out to more and more of my current subscribers so that they have a chance to come and see it live. And or it will push this out to more of my current subscribers on YouTube so that they get to see it on the replay. And that's just for the current subscribers. And we're on the march to 1,500. We're getting close, which is great. YouTube is just like Facebook, another very, very venerable platform. You definitely can have growth. It does not have to be pay to play, but it is a lot of work to grow on YouTube. So it will do more matchmaking for even this replay, because I made sure the live/replay is well optimized. So please, please, please give this video a big thumbs up. I consider it like a super chat. You could just like put a little tip in the jar. That would really help. Plus, you can share out the live or the replay to anybody that goes, nobody does free coaching, nobody helps me. You can share this out, and they can ask questions on the replay. And I would be very happy for any of your friends or anybody who you share this out to. I will definitely answer their questions. So the TikTok algorithm, just for Amy and anybody else, every video kind of gets to perform on its own, okay? So it's not unusual for some of your videos to outperform others anyway on any platform. But the way TikTok's algorithm currently works and is projected to work into the future is that it will show your video to trays and trays of people. It will start out with any followers that you have. If it's brand new and you don't have any followers yet, because everyone starts at 0, it's going to like super match make for you so that you do get followers. Of course, any algorithm's purpose is to make sure you stay on as a creator and a consumer, and that you get a following. If you know how to play by the rules, you're not violating any terms of service, you're not doing anything gray hat or black hat. As long as you know how to create and optimize decent content, it doesn't even have to be supersonic content, especially on TikTok. The algorithm's really going to work overtime to keep people on the platform. So when you optimize your content properly, keywords, hashtags on TikTok, not just the content itself, the algorithm goes, okay, you're giving me a lot of data points, and I now understand your content more. So I will go out there and show this video to tray after tray, or group after group, or batch after batch of people. And I'll start with a lot, if not all, of your current followers once you have some, because that's going to be like hitting a home run with them usually, right? And so then I will continue to push this out so that you can get more followers, and they're going to go and look at your back catalog of videos, because that happens a lot. And so TikTok wins because it's keeping people on the platform longer. It's keeping them happy. This is how any algorithm works to a degree. Facebook and all the older ones included. But then also, like, you know, you're happy and you're staying on creating more content, whether it's personally, professionally, or both. So everyone wins, especially if you know how to optimize. Now, like my social talk shortcut course teaches you how to optimize your content so that you're more likely than not going to get your own ideal customers watching your stuff. That likely won't grow your account super, super huge, at least super, super fast, even on TikTok. but you can't deposit followers in the bank. Your biggest concern is, I need to attract my ideal customers who sooner or later would be more motivated to buy from me. So, you're probably going to use far narrower keywords in your caption and hashtags in your caption to pull the right people to your videos in the first place. Like Donna Huslander, I don't think she's here. She's one of my bigger successes. And Donna would tell you that, when she first learned the lay of the land on, say, TikTok or even Instagram Reels, right, for Instagram, like in the beginning, she was using broader stuff. So, and she's getting rewarded with a bigger, broader audience. And she was converting to a degree because she knew at least how to optimize her stuff, even in a broader sense, to more likely than not get the right people to look at her stuff. But when she got more narrowed down on the hashtags and the keywords, and she's becoming more specific and custom crafted, okay, cool. Yeah, she might not be blowing up quite as big via Instagram Reels or TikTok, but her conversions went up more. She got more people on her email list and more sales. As an entrepreneur who isn't just trying to be like a broad influencer, as an entrepreneur with any other business model, that's what you want anyway, because you can't deposit followers in the bank. Email list growth is great. It's about 3/4 of your sales should be coming from your email list, if not more, every single month. The remaining, say 25% or so can come because of Google SEO for your website and or your social. But, your email list is huge. It is a very close second to actual sales, of course, for obvious reasons. We need the sales to stay in business. So Donna cared a lot less, Amy Lynn Blade and everybody else, if she got like 1,200 views on a TikTok. If she got 300 views, but people are joining her email list and buying from her, she'd rather do that all day long. So, but to go back to how TikTok is different than other platforms, yes, they will all try. Yes, they're all social search engines. So if you use the right keywords and hashtags where applicable, Facebook hashtags are kind of really not the big deal right now, but Twitter and TikTok and Instagram, sure. But if you're optimizing properly, you've nailed search. But then suggested, the algorithms have more specific data points when you use more narrow keywords and hashtags, so they can do more matchmaking for you. But TikTok goes way out of its way to do that, more than Facebook or Instagram or really anywhere else. Its algorithm, when the company was up for sale last summer into early fall, they wanted a separate amount of money just for their algorithm because it was sufficiently different in terms of how it operates, and it still is. More thumbs up, you guys. I see more people on there. Please, it's like putting a tip in the tip jar there. I would love that. It will help me get this out to more of my current subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. But TikTok will continue to show out each individual video. TikTok's algorithm does not sit there like Instagram does and look at the holistic performance of your account to decide how much extra credit you get in terms of digital matchmaking. TikTok, at least currently, doesn't seem to care, algorithmically speaking. As long as you're not violating any terms of service or whatever, it's otherwise, each video is its own fair game. So it's not going to look at Instagram algorithm chasers talk about the Instagram trust score or the Instagram profile trust score or the Instagram profile health score. It's kind of like the same thing. And that's how holistically your account is ranking or scoring or behaving. That will give you some extra boost. On TikTok, that's really not so much a thing. If you look at Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill on TikTok, okay, cool. Let me look at that. I don't want to get a content strike really quickly. And I know I've got some more comments, so I'm definitely going to get to you guys. Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, by the way, has outperformed Pepsi, Coke on TikTok, Chick-fil-A, Burger King, McDonald's. It is absolutely heart-stopping. We beat practically any food, anything that is a national, regional, or global chain when it comes to food service. It is ridiculous. And currently, we are up to 806,200 followers on TikTok. Now, mind you, again, you can't deposit followers in the bank. And we have a very global audience. So why do we care? We're only a singular location in Dutchess County, New York. There are a lot of those people who will never see us in person, who will never be able to go and purchase our edible products at our store. But it has driven a lot of traffic because there's a lot of word of mouth, and who has relatives and friends that are in New York who could see us, or in the tri-state area who could get to us in an hour or so. We have people citing to TikTok all the time, their kids or their grandkids or themselves they see, and now they're coming. We have people calling our store from other states going, hey, I'm not sure if this video is a joke or not, but somebody's like doing their hair while a customer's at the window. If it's a joke and it's a goof, because this is how some food places are, okay, fine. But just in case, like, I'm getting your back, and oh yeah, I'm calling from Kansas. Whoa, you have a global audience. But our email list is building up, and our global audience has been asking us through the messages on TikTok to come out with a clothing line, because they're like, I may not be able to go see you in person, but I want t-shirts and hats. And we're still so supersonic busy. Um, but I've got some stuff in the works for a clothing line collection that's specifically for foodies. Can you imagine what this would do for your business if you sell digital products, sell courses, sell one-on group coaching, products that you could ship out anywhere on earth? Bridget from Personal Space Creation says, I'm also working on short form video content to start scheduling on Reels, Shorts, and TikToks. Good girl. She said, I just got over 50 posts on all my social media sets on later, so I can see the best time to post suggestions. I was pretty close for all of them because I did what you said and I looked at the analytics. See, it's the algorithm and understanding how it works, and then using your business analytics on TikTok or anywhere else. And then taking that information, metabolizing it, and let it drive week by week how you're going to tweak your content. Or if your people like something, you double down and you give them more of that. It doesn't matter if you're bored of creating whatever type of content or working with whatever theme. You can still do it till the cows come home, because it's not about you. It's about the people that your brand, serves. And believe me, the more sales you get and the more you grow your email list, the more you're not going to care about doing the same old thing, because if it still works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hey, Nicola, what's going on? Thank you. Thank you very much. I am feeling better. Hey, Donna. Oh, Donna's here. Hi. Transformational Healing by Donna. Okay, and Marissa Parsons. It's been a minute, girl. What's going on? Good to see you. Amy Lindblade. Way to go, Stacey. I don't know why that particular one show. Okay, is being held back. No big deal. Sorry about that, Donna. I traded out TikTok for YouTube channel because I'm teaching, and it greatly has increased my email list and educational outreach. One of my videos is about to hit 1,000 views, getting there slow and steady. Good girl. And this is good because it reminds me to talk about, now Dawn is an advanced business and she's got people working with her and for her now. And once you're advanced, you just continue to scale and grow, right? And you continue to, as you can, invest back into the business. Do you have more independent contractors? Do you have part-time to full-time employees? Like, may we all get to advanced, right? I'm there. I have to pay staff every week, every month, really, because I can't do it all myself. And especially because I struggle with illness, there's no way I could have. I'm surprised I made it to as long as I did. I started paying for 2 staff members back in the fall of 2019. And I basically dragged myself across the finish line of that. Yeah, I am starting to feel better. Thank you so much, Marissa. Yeah. So for coaches and course creators, Donna, you're going to be happy. I don't know when you showed up to the live, but for the next 2-3 weeks, the YouTube content that I do is going to be coaching based, like proper branding is a coaching business, proper packaging of stuff is a coaching business, proper ways to start thinking about optimizing and using social media and the content that you would create, more spun through the lens of a coach or a course creator, something like that. Now, for my students who aren't ready for that sort of thing yet, because as I said earlier, a lot of my folks who have gone on to intermediate to advanced are like, this is another coaching and course creation is another great way for me to supplement my income. And I can talk about anything from like, the products that I sell to like the services that I would otherwise provide. And, I can actually sell both directly and indirectly, like my products. Like if Dawn is teaching about like crystals and, health and healing through crystals, or how they can help to augment your, spiritual practices and stuff like that. Donna can do it, and she can sell her own products. She can sell her services all within the four corners of a course. Or she's doing one-on group coaching, say in a Facebook group for clientele only, she can do that. So the next 2-3 weeks, there's going to be a lot of content on my YouTube channel. Probably going to launch it on Monday, because we're shooting it all, and we have a new opt-in for that. That will be free. So if you're like, ooh, Stacey planted a seed, or, I've been slowly putting my, toes in that water, I'll have a free opt-in for you guys. Who doesn't like free? And I will put it in the show notes below, and it'll probably replace the one that I have now, which is for dealing with difficult people, which is just advice that like any business owner, they and or their staff could always use when they're dealing with, difficult clients, or, just difficult people in their life. So anyway, let me see. Where am I at? Okay. So how am I doing on time? Quick sippy. If you have any questions live or even on the replay, make sure that you put them down below. I think I've caught up with all of my comments. But if you're not considering, at least right now, a coach-based business, a lot of the advice that I'm going to give in the next 2-3 weeks worth of videos, once they start going up, no fear. You could just take out coaching, and a lot of time you can fit in what you're doing. And it's like examining branding from multiple different layers. And is your branding right? Examining optimization of your content. And you could just consider the stuff that I do as I'm shooting things through the coaching lens. You could just say, okay, I'm going to shoot this advice, but through a different lens. So those videos are still going to be very useful for you, but obviously they're going to be super directly useful in terms of the examples for the coaches. But if you're a non-coaching business and you're like, I saw this video, how would this work for whatever business? You could ask the questions down in the comments section below. You guys know I'm pretty good about keeping up with my comments. But in terms of Donna's trading out TikTok for YouTube, I get that, because if you're a coach, you really do need to have a presence on YouTube. YouTube is a very mature platform. The way the YouTube algorithm works is very similar to what I said before. Let's look at the spectrum. Like TikTok is still a youngish, hot, growing, platform. And it has an algorithm, and it runs the way it runs. An algorithm, just in case you don't know, is a computational, algebraic, mathematical formula that will surface your content, its caption, its optimization through keywords and or hashtags, and it'll gather up data. It'll see if you're getting engagements, likes, shares, saves, depending upon the platform. They have different options. Of course, on YouTube, they have like a lot of these options, right? And then it sees like if you comment back. On YouTube, Donna and everybody else, you have to really put content out at least once a week. Like for the rest of this week, between me being sick and then like batch recording stuff and my editor Barney, and we're creating new funnels, I was like, I knew I was going to take a lot of this week off. But you'll notice on Monday we still published a video anyway, just to kind of keep things warm on YouTube, because the more competitive and the older that platform is, like YouTube and Facebook, you don't want to let go too much, because can you build yourself back if you go all the way down to zero in terms of algorithmic scoring, ranking, interest, interaction? You can. Do you have to pay to play? No, you really don't. But the amount of work that you have to do if you let things completely drop off, it's hard. So for Donna and anybody else, whether you've got a coaching-based business or not, if you're going to have a presence on YouTube, I would never have anything less than a video a week. I just wouldn't do it. If God forbid you're like, gosh, I don't have a video ready that's edited, then I would do a live and I would post a replay, and I would make sure that I optimize that live/replay the way you would optimize a YouTube video normally. You want to have keyword rich titles without them being spammy. You want to make sure that the description has keywords and alternatives of the keywords in a natural language, non-keyword stuffing way. If you guys are confused about that, live or on the replay, like what would seem like keyword stuffing versus natural language, I can answer that. Stuff like that. But if you know your audience, right, the Stacey sales success formula is like you have to pick 3 things in a particular order, or it's hard for your business to work. Who's your ideal customer? Whom do you serve? What's the main pain point that your business serves? That you can't be everything to everybody, and you can't even be everything to an ideal customer niche either. So whom do I serve? What's the main pain point that ideal customer has? And then, how do I get them out of pain using the business model that I'm running? Because like I said earlier, like more towards the top of the hour here, I'm like, with Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, we can run surveys through email. We can do the poll sticker, or ask a question via our Instagram stories. We can run a poll in Facebook group, and our people will tell us. You know what I mean? They absolutely will. So they will tell us what they want, and almost always, the soups thing was a swing and a miss, but almost always when they tell us the flavors of the week or a flavor, or they get to pick a special that they want to see, when people tell you what they want, tell you what they need, and you give it to them, it's kind of almost impossible not to sell, and to sell well. Donna says, yup, huge increase when I went from 1 video a week to 2, and then I moved my Facebook Live to YouTube too. Huge jump at 3 a week. Yes, yes, yes. Marissa says, I'm considering doing a craft fair as well. Is there any successful tips for a successful showing? So she's asking Susie. Transformational Healing by Donna says, make sure that the show actually attracts your audience. Use a lot of height in your display and things to stand out. Yeah, because I think we had this conversation, some of my students and I, a year or 2 ago, definitely before 2020, where we were saying that just because you get a booth at a show, you got to be careful. If that show isn't bringing, or isn't likely to bring, a lot of your ideal customers to that show, it can be a swing and a miss, a big waste of your time, a big waste of your money, and a big waste of your energy and bandwidth bringing things to and from the show. If it is a show that it has to do with a particular locality, look into the demographics. Wikipedia is usually super helpful with stuff. Look at the website that municipality has. They will also give you demographic information. You can see what kind of businesses and different nonprofits and other groups and leagues and stuff are in there. And then you look at all of that and you say, does it seem like more likely than not, if I went to have a booth at that municipal event, am I more likely than not from that municipality to get my ideal customer? Sometimes when you take all of that information into account, you realize that it might be too much of a risk. If, however, that municipality draws from a lot of municipalities who shares borders with them, and multiple municipalities just outside of there are definitely laden with your ideal customer, it might be worth the risk. That's up to you. But those are ways that you can kind of like stack the odds more likely than not if you're going to do an in-person showing. If it's worth it for you to have a booth at that fair, at that expo, whatever. Personal Space Creations, Bridget says, that's why we're only doing 1 show this year. We are priced a bit high, but we give better quality than others locally. Absolutely. Absolutely. And priced a bit high, you really want, it takes less sales to make the same amount of money or more. You generally do get, I know Bridget knows this, but just for the benefit of anyone watching this on the replay or live now, you get a better class of customers. And I tell my students, you don't want to be the Dollar General or the Walmart of the space in which you/your business is in, because you have to have a lot of volume to really make it worth your while. of an investment of time, money, energy, whatever, to make that work. If you're not number one at driving traffic to your business for like to try and be cheapest, you will lose. You won't make it. You won't make it for long. So I'm like, you never want to compete on price. And even my OG Frosties, right? This is my live with Frosties cup. You know, they know that I'm just like, you want to be, I guess like Renee Christine would say, the Tiffany's of your brand, but there's a reason why she says that. And it's not just for class and cachet, although that's nice. It's really because you get a better class of customer. You don't need the volume to do just as well, if not better. And those people tend to come from at least combined household incomes where they can afford to buy from you more and more often. I don't want to sound mean. You don't want to get anybody who has to scrape all year and they're bleeding to do it to be able to get a birthday present or two from a business like yours and like a couple of gifts at the end of the year, like they're ripping out a rib from their side to buy from you. Of course they're stressed. Of course they're scared. Of course they're bitter. Of course they're not going to be able to buy from you a lot. Any of my students who pivoted or at least upgraded their niche, I've never had anybody say when they upgraded their niche and they upgraded their pricing and they had enough content marketing to show better quality, better ingredients for a more specific person, a more custom crafted solution for someone just like you, people will pay more for custom crafted solutions that are meant for people just like them. Nobody wants to buy something that is vanilla and beige. They want to buy something where it's just for them and it's the best, it's amongst the best, and they're willing to pay more. Okay? If you're begging somebody for a sale, it's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for them. What else do I have here? Susie is saying to Marissa, don't depend on show organizers for promotion of the show. No, work your email list and social media to promote your booth. Absolutely. And that I would agree with that. I would concur, even if the folks are really good at promoting, because, you know, leave no stone unturned. If someone raised their hand to be on your email list, they're more likely to physically go there, and make sure that they have a way to like digitally shop a promotion for your show. So if they can't show up in person, whatever show deal you have, offer it to your list, offer it to your email list. Make sure that you're also using, like with some of your hashtags on Instagram, remember, every piece of content that you put out on Instagram, unless it's a piece of Instagram story content, you get 30 hashtags. So you get 30 hashtags in a reel. Make sure that's contained in your caption. The CEO of the company came out and said that. For feed posts, you could, it's dealer's choice. It could be in the caption. It could be in the first comment. You have to do it fast, like within seconds. You could break it up and have half and half. I don't know why, just for fun, you could do it. But for Instagram Reels and for IGTV videos, all your hashtags have to be in the caption. But use geolocation-based hashtags, because people do. If you're in my social gram shortcut Instagram deep dive course, you know, if you took the course all the way through, you know that I think it's in module 3, I talk about the benefits of geolocation-based hashtags, especially if you're doing expos, but even if you never do and you just work from home and you're like, people are not going to come to my home. People do like to shop and support local business. They liked that before 2020. And a lot of folks have really gotten very conscious about supporting local, county, regional, you know, whatever, territory wide before they go just big and corporate. So using geolocation-based hashtags, at least some of those, and most any caption you do will be fine. Because on Instagram, for example, when you set up your account, the algorithm knows like where you're from, where your account's from. So if you're using like geolocation-based hashtags that are clustered around where you are, where your account is from, it's not going to automatically be treated as spam. And if you were talking about an event, of course, it's not going to be treated as spam. So definitely work your geolocation-based hashtags. Even if you're older and you don't do it, a lot of millennials and younger, they will look at geolocation-based hashtags to see what's going on in their municipality. And then definitely like the municipalities who share a border with the municipality, a lot of people are willing to travel half an hour to an hour one way easily to do something over the weekend or for fun, right? So like that's a great way also to optimize your posts that have to do with whatever event that you're going to have a booth at. Donna says we cut back to one show a year and 4 pop-up shops at a local shop. It's not worth it to haul the stuff versus selling online. Of course it's not. Of course it's not. And Personal Space Creations Bridget says, and dollar stores are struggling now, so lesson learned. Told you. And Bridget said, yes, Susie, always promote your IRL or in real life events like a product launch. Always be teasing. ABT, everybody. David Siteman Garland retired. He was one of my mentors and one of Renee's mentors. And ABT, or always be teasing, has to be credited to the notorious DSJ. May his coach soul rest in peace. He's still with us, but he's retired. He's made his money and he's retired. Marissa says, thank you for all the insights and tips. You are welcome. Everybody is here to show leadership and help. I love it when my students do that. You guys are awesome. Okay, how are we doing on time? Live or on the replay, make sure you ask your questions. If you haven't given this video a big thumbs up yet, please do. I consider that like a tip in the jar. Algorithmically speaking, it will push things out. Let me go back to the YouTube algorithm for a second, because Donna brought up a good point. Okay, so like for years and years and years, one video a week was not only great for consistency, because YouTube rewards consistency very highly with creators. And even a product-based business, any business model is going to do well with YouTube if you optimize properly with keywords, right, on YouTube, in your title, in your description, in what you say on the video, because yes, the YouTube algorithm scrubs and surfaces through your video and it sees what you say, and that also helps it too. You can also use tags to optimize on YouTube. If you've heard that tags are not as important as they used to be, that's true, but YouTube has come out and said that unless we take the feature away, we're not telling you not to use tags, especially if you're new or you're going back and warming up your YouTube channel after a long pause. If you're pivoting how the channel overall is optimized, for a series that steps a little bit on the wild side from what you normally do, the algorithm's going to look to tags more than it might otherwise. So tags are still important anyway. They're just not the holy grail they were years ago. And especially if you're new, relatively new, warming up, or doing a playlist or series, it's a little bit different. Like I have to be careful now. I have to go back and look at how my YouTube channel, the channel keywords that it's optimized for. And if you didn't know that they had that, they do. If you're like, how do I find that? I don't mean to pass the baton and be lazy, but the click by click of it, you can go to YouTube and look up YouTube videos about how to optimize my channel, and boom, you should see how to do it click by click, because that stuff's always changing, always changing. But Dawna's right. To get real growth now on YouTube, I'm not guaranteeing you that once a week isn't enough. There's a creator on this platform, Mark Rober, who might put out a video once a month, but he's such a guru about optimizing, and his audience is such that they will dogpile on his stuff. It's a lot of young kids. That may not be your audience. In fact, for most of my clients, it's not. But he can put out a video once a month and get a ton of views and a ton of growth. That's an exception to the rule. It's not the rule. The rule is Daryl Eves, who is one of my YouTube mentors. Love him. He made it clear, I want to say a good 2 years ago or so, that if you're really looking for growth, you need to do at least twice a week on your channel. But if you do it once a week, you're persistent and consistent, and you use that YouTube video that you put out, you're sending an email to your list, driving them to your YouTube video. They should see it. They're on your email list. They're more disposed to go watch that video. If you're talking shop about the intersecting interests that would connect them to a business like yours, and or it's a new collection, and or it's a product deep dive, and or it's a product unboxing, your kid could make like they're an influencer and unbox a collection. You do not have to pay an influencer to do it. In most cases, it's unnecessary. Who cares? They can live vicariously through your child or your best friend. Here, Mom, it's your birthday. Here's my latest collection. Let's film the unboxing and describe what you see and what you like about it. Cool. And you can edit out your mother going, I think this is stupid. But seriously, you could do it. Donna says, all your optimization teachings have helped me a lot. My stats show that search bring in a lot of my views. And you know what Daryl would say? That I'm going to take a screenshot about that because that reminds me about something I want to talk about another time. But and I'm glad that's helping. You should be getting on YouTube quite a bit from search. But even Daryl Leave says that after a while, because the platform is venerable and around like Facebook, the algorithm, the AI or the artificial intelligence that runs the algorithm, that formula that's data surfacing, and it's iterating and growing. On YouTube especially, it has been around for so long on YouTube, especially that platform. That algorithm is learning and thinking and drawing conclusions, or the AI is technically, at the rate of a 7th grader. Not a 7-year-old, a 7th grader. And maybe that frightens you. But so you still need to always optimize stuff for search, and you still need to use like the title optimization, the optimization in the show notes or the description below every video. You need to make sure your channel optimization, that things match or are close, like cognitively it makes sense. There's like a causal connection or nexus between the global way your channel is optimized and how most, if not all, of the pieces of content on YouTube are optimized. And you should still use tags too. But the YouTube algorithm starts to learn so much at that 7th grade level because that platform's been around for a long time. And this current iteration of algorithms that are run on the YouTube platform have been running for years and years. So it's so good that, yes, people will come in by search. But the longer you stay as a persistent and consistent creator, the more the algorithm goes, oh, you know what? I can also draw some conclusions that even go beyond the direct way that your stuff is being optimized. And I know, because I study the behavior of other like subsets or clusters of users, I can actually push this out to even more people that might not directly fit the optimization, but they're close enough. And I know that they will like this. So I will test it out. So they could show up on the homepage, they could show up on recommended, they can show up not just via search, but suggested as well. You know that you will start to get supersonic growth when you actually see, Donna and anybody else, when you actually see that you're still pulling very well from search, and you should, but suggested actually transcends that. Bye, honey. I love you. Have a great day. So that actually is like your key clutch indicator that as long as you can keep up with 2 to 3 videos a week, even if one of those videos is a live stream / replay, I do it now every week for many, many months now on my channel, you will grow. Last year, I had to take a pause. I injured my knee and almost tore my right medial meniscus right off. So that was a couple of weeks where I was on way too much pain to shoot anything, even seated. Then I caught the vid. Then I had long vid, and I'm already immunosuppressed. So if you look at my channel, there was a period of time where I did nothing on YouTube because I just physically couldn't, even with a video editor to help me, and even with a designer and the video editor to do thumbnails and social stuff, social graphics to help me push. So after like a 7 to 8 week, sorry, potential spam, I am not picking up on you. And I'll be sure to block you as soon as I'm done. Make sure you block them. But here's the thing. Don't answer them. Let it go through to voicemail and then just block them and then delete them on the phone. But here's the thing. What am I going to say? Oh, curses, foiled again. I got off the track. They are really high in the recommended videos and other places too. And that's going to be why you got growth. Oh, but I have a video on my channel that had like 20-something thousand views, and it was bringing in new views every single week and new subscribers daily for months after I got off track. But I had to start all over again on YouTube almost when I finally was able to come back this year and start creating content. I would not recommend taking a hiatus. I would not. So what I would do, kind of going back to like algorithms, kind of tying this up with a bow. Um, I would, especially if you know your health is crappy or you're going away on vacation or whomever is getting married or all of those things. And you're like life, health, struggles, treatments, because I have those now. They can get in the way. My best advice is that if you're putting out a video a week, to make sure that you at least have 1 to 2 weeks extra content, like digitally held in escrow or in the can. Donna probably knows this, but for anybody watching live around the replay for YouTube, you can schedule out videos practically as far out as you would like. So you can use the YouTube studio to upload everything in advance and schedule it out. So now, normally, I would be at least a week, if not more, out in advance. But because I'm going to kind of pivot the content for a while, just the lens through which I'm shooting things. Again, you guys can totally get benefit from it. I'm going to be I'm going to be focusing on coaches and course creators. That's going to be the example lens through which I shoot a lot of my things. That'll have to do with a lot of like the storytelling or examples I give. If you're a product-based business and you don't want to be a coach or a course creator, even to sell your own stuff over the course of, the courses, because you can totally do that all day long with impunity. And it's a great double barrel approach to get multiple streams of income. So yes, even my digital products and tangible physical products based people, even if you're like jewelry or clothing, you could talk about fashion, you could talk about the reuse of clothes and mixing them in with new clothes. And oh yeah, look at my new stuff. You could be doing this all day long. One-on group coaching, you could even do it and have kind of like mini commercials for your own content. My makeup, my skincare, and folks, you could be doing courses all day long or one-on group coaching. It's amazing. But I will tell you, it does take some time to warm any algorithm back up. Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, we found that on Facebook. We backed off a little bit during COVID and just had our regulars come to us while we were readjusting to all the new ways to do business. And my live streams used to get like 2,000 to 3,000 views live and on the replay combined, and now we can get, close to 1,000 or 1,000. We're still building our way back up because Facebook's especially gnarly. But YouTube, yes, I'm warming back up and I'm starting to get new subscribers every month. It was hard. So you want to make sure that your batch recording, I guess, let me close the loop on what I was talking about. You want to make sure that your batch recording, so you can at least cover a video a week, like 1 to 2 weeks out. The older you are, the more health struggles you have, the busier you are personally and or professionally, the more it makes sense to pace yourself to make sure that you have content. And then like if you're like, ooh, I need to catch up and I don't even have enough in the can or digitally held in escrow or already scheduled up and scheduled out ahead of time on YouTube, especially, you can do a live stream and a replay to kind of play catch up to. You can, and that'll get content on your account, but make sure that you're optimizing those live streams and replays the way you would your individual videos. Donna says, how do you feel about premieres versus just scheduling? I notice you can't schedule out social or the video in MailChimp with an actual pic pulled from YouTube unless it's a premiere. I don't know. I mean, I've been doing premieres now for a while, so I haven't had a problem because right now I'm using MailChimp. I am going to get into ConvertKit. I did ConvertKit before, and then I had a lot of health struggles years ago, and I just defaulted to MailChimp again for my own business. Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill does not currently need ConvertKit, but guess what? They will once they start selling products, and it's a global audience, and they need coupons, and they need a segment, and all those things. YouTube, MailChimp is fine, or OWO, if you're using that, is fine until you start heavy-duty segmenting. Then I would definitely probably move to something else. But in terms of all of mine are done as premieres because of that. I don't think premieres are bad. I really don't. Think about it. Like Donna probably knows, but I'm going to over explain just for her, but everyone else. When you schedule a premiere, you usually, especially if you as the user have any involvement with an account, especially if you clicked on the bell notification and selected all, and then sometimes even if you don't, you'll see the algorithm will push out that's a premiere is scheduled. You might get it a day before, you might get it a couple hours before, but you probably will get a notification if you've had any sort of meaningful connection with that particular account before, because the algorithm, the AI slash algorithm wants to pull those people back in so that they keep engaging with your channel. I don't know. I haven't seen anything bad happen to my channel with my ideal customers and ideal content consumers with using premieres. So I use premieres with impunity. So I also use MailChimp and I haven't had that problem. If you ever graduate to ConvertKit the way I plan to do again, I don't think that's an issue with ConvertKit. But why, if you use, and you're never going to know till you do it, everybody, but if you use premieres and for some reason people are telling you they hate them, please stop doing them. If you're not getting complaints and you're not getting like mass unsubscribes from your channel, which I've not really heard people suffer from, then why not use the premiere? The only bummer thing about a premiere is because whatever comments or engagements you have, people watching the premiere have, this is one thing I wish they would fix. Once the premiere is over, all those comments disappear. Do I think the algorithm still gives you credit for what happens while things are live? I do. You certainly are not getting penalized for things that their platform isn't currently providing you. So again, I don't think that hurts you. That's the only like downside to a premiere to me. What do you think, Donna? Do you think I'm missing something in discussing that feature? Because I really think, I don't know, as long as you're not getting complaints, Donna, in your case, and you're not seeing unsubscribes, you're certainly seeing channel growth. To me, am I freezing again? Dang it. Okay. So do any of you guys have any other questions for me? So do I think you should be on YouTube no matter what business model you're in? Yes. And I think at a very minimum, you should have a video once a week there. And maybe you could do a live and a replay, like a Q&A. You could do a trunk show there and drive traffic there if you're a products-based business. I know that YouTube said that they're still working on their live experiences and upgrades for that. And I know that if you're a gamer or your kids or grandkids are gamers, they're trying to make that more of a plush thing so that they can still pull away from Twitch. That's another thing, because I know I've coached people who may sometimes on my lives or replays go, hey, still watching you because your stuff's still helping us. Did I miss the Frosty announcement? Ooh, thank you for that reminder. So, okay, I'm going to continue, like I said, to support for my current and previous students. Frostin is something that I have sold with Renee Christine. We're no longer officially doing a partner program, but she and I are still friends. And you're going to see something come out in the future that will definitely prove to you that we're still in good terms. She had her own reasons for doing what she did with the partner program. I might have wanted some more notice, but that's all right. It's cool. She did what she needed to do. But so I inherited anything that I created directly under her. I'd been a coach with my own offerings for years before that. And some of you from back in the day are subscribing and still see my stuff live and on the replay. Hey, hey. Folks from like especially 2015, 16, 17, 18, much love to you guys. You're like the OGs of the OGs. But with Renee Christine, when I was in her partner program, Frostin was the first thing that we came out with. And I really have like 12 batches, one that corresponds with every month of the year. It's like a mini course that will teach you relationship marketing and straight up sales based marketing, content marketing plans and techniques and things like that. to be aware of that is sensitive to that particular month, and or because of that month, season, the holidays, and the tentpole events in a given month. People may really like this type of relationship marketing type of campaign more, whether they realize it or not, consciously and or subconsciously. And maybe another month or another time of year or another season, they would like to go in this direction instead. Or you might find, even more engagement and sales and stuff this way or that way. So like every month it was like different marketing and sales plans to help you, and different things that you should do for your social and your website and everything, also that was reflective of not just the season but all those months. So if you don't know what frosting is, that's what that is. And we ended up getting like 1,000+ frosties, and even a lot of them gave me gifts about a year or so ago when I got badly injured. Love you guys, you're really awesome. Oh, I have a hat too. So they called themselves Frosties. They named themselves. So the Frost and Frosties announcement is I'm still going to be supporting those courses for sure. And I'm still going to be selling them because I have people who are a little bit late to the Frosty party, and they're like, please, could you continue to offer this for sale? So when I come out with the popularity plan for, say, November, in another week or so, you'll see that. I will have in the same email, like, click here if you want the popularity plan package of social media content to help you with your relationship marketing with email, and like, social media captions and social media like graphics that are really good for especially Facebook, Instagram, and even Pinterest pins. And the captions will be pre-templated and pre-written, and you can fill in blanks and tweak the language, and now you have your caption for your Instagrams, for your Facebook kind of feed posts, and yeah, even for the description on your Pinterest pins too. I do have some people that will use it for Pinterest. And then it also, those popularity plan packs for every month come with 4 emails, one scheduled out for every week to help you with your email marketing. Because if you go too long on your email marketing, you're going to actually get more unsubscribes than less, because the trail goes too cold. So those little plan packs are still going to be sold every month. And you're going to have to check if you're missing one or more batches of frosting. You're going to have to check that same email, because underneath, like the picture and the button for the popularity plan pack for, in this case, November, you will have also underneath it another picture and another button for the cranberry batch of frosting for November. So if you're missing that mini course, you can get it. If you already have it, who cares? You can just still deal with the popularity plan. I kind of wanted to merge those two together because it has to do with month by month, different ways with a mini course and then digital assets to help you from month to month with your marketing and sales activities, especially if you're a solopreneur, but even, or a beginner, even if you're intermediate to advanced, you can hand stuff off to your team to help you get stuff out or to learn things and implement them, whether it's popularity plan or the Frostin' batches. But here's the thing. You guys know for a long time I haven't created any new ones because, I've covered all 12 months, and that's that. I'm not going to be doing live coaching in that group anymore. So like every month you had the 8 lessons in the mini course you'd have, and you're still going to have it. And if you buy it, you still have access to it for life, or for the life of my business or the course, right? And you're still going to have the corresponding Facebook groups for each batch of frosting. So there's like 12 of those. But I'm not going to do coaching in there from month to month anymore. I think a lot of people who wanted the batches of frosting got them. A lot of the people who wanted the benefit of the coaching in that particular group got it. And it was a small bite-sized price, so I was way over delivering at that price point, because even if you build me out at $150 an hour, you were paying like $37 to $47 for those things, right? And I do need to free up that time slot Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I'm coming out with Funnel Dynasty. Now, some of my regulars know this, and that's going to be a big, big deep dive course. That's going to be for folks that are doing content marketing If for whatever reason you find that it's not working for you at all at the beginner level or intermediate or advanced, you want to iterate so that it's more effective, it gets you more followers, it gets you more email list opt-ins, and of course it gets you more sales. We're going to have a multifaceted approach to create. My secret sauce for this is frictionless funnels. It's stuff that I have helped people with, everything from service-based businesses to products-based businesses. Yes, sometimes edible products-based businesses, and of course, coaching and course creation-based businesses. This is my secret sauce. I've really not done more than maybe touched upon some aspects of this stuff in other offerings. I don't think too much in Frosted, maybe sometimes in the coaching groups for Frosted, but not so much. I've held this back. Like, this is my magnum opus. And so Funnel Dynasty is going to have with it a weekly coaching group. And that's going to be a main offering that I'm going to throw a lot of my weight behind going forward. So I was done creating new Frostins anyway. And yes, they will continue to be supported. And yes, I will still admin those groups, but there won't be lives to go with the Frostin anymore. I'm going to free up that time slot for people who get Funnel Dynasty because they're going to have their own student group. I already have a group for that already with some pre-existing students in it. Because I've had some of my old one-on-one students who are in that group. And they've gotten some of that secret sauce. Back when I might have done more done with you stuff with them, when I did one-on-one coaching, which I don't do anymore, but I do have some of them in there who can already give me testimonials about what the stuff that they've learned under what's now going to be called Funnel Dynasty, what it did for them. So that course is going to be launched one time only at $9.97. We will have a 12 pay for my students. And then I am working with a major influencer who will be an affiliate for it. We will launch it again in November around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but it's going to be at its main price of $1,997. So that's the only reason why that influencer was more than happy to do stuff with me, because they're big. So I figure I'll give you guys a launch in the next, it'll be mid to late October that I launch it. I don't want to get out of October without doing the launch at $9.97. There will be a 12 pay no matter what. And it comes with the weekly coaching that honestly, even if all you did was bill me out at $150 an hour, and that's just what the average life coach in America gets. I've got 8 years of experience, a ton of testimonials. I'm preaching to the converted from a lot of my students. They know this. And I literally have thousands of students under my belt. I'm not $150 an hour. I don't do one-on-one coaching anymore, but because I can't. I just don't have the bandwidth for it. And my family has begged me not to even have more one-on group coaching time. So I had to free up a slot. I didn't want to take away my weekly live stream on my YouTube channel. I do want to show that I'm not, I am willing to perform and to help people and like do a community give back. But this will be the only version of this that you get for as long as I can continue to support that, which I see for a bit. But if you really want stuff that can be more fine-grained, we can do spotlights and focuses in a one-on group way. So it's like, Stacey, look at my Facebook group, nothing's happening. Stacey, look at my Instagram account, nothing's happening. Stacey, look at my TikTok, give me feedback. We'll do it in the group during those coaching sessions, right? And everyone gets to learn along with one another. So it's still one-on group, but I can spotlight stuff because we're really going to tear down content like you've never seen before. Because I've taught you guys almost everything I've got to give. This is the final thing for me. I don't necessarily see myself doing another course anytime soon. I have a lot going on with my health in the background, so I have to juggle that. I have to juggle family. I have to juggle everything else. I will put out a planathon pre-recorded course that I said I do, that I can pull off. That's not going to change. And that'll be available for sale probably the first week of December. That will not have a live version and a 4-hour Gondaloo thing from me. That will just be the course. It will have its group. And that will remain the group for Planathon. So, and it'll be one of the many groups that I admin from now on. Does anybody have any questions about any of that stuff? So just making sure. Okay, we've gone past the hour. So I don't mind doing the community give back and stuff like that. And sure, when I have things for sale, I'll make announcements. But like right now, I'm not selling anything. This was just a coaching give back. But thank you for that reminder, Donna. I really appreciate it. So yeah, you've not seen what I'm going to do in that course. There will be some foundational stuff that we'll just have to cover because not everybody that buys this is always going to be a pre-existing student. So module 1 is just making sure we have all our ducks in a row. It's a 7-module course. By the time you get to the 7th module, through the 7th module, you should know how globally it's a platform agnostic way. So it doesn't matter what social media channels you're working for your ideal customer. You should know how to work your channels as a global funnel. You should know how piece by piece your different types of content should serve as their own funnels. You will have the big picture about how to drive traffic and improve your conversion rates tweak by tweak, level by level, once we know you have that foundation properly set in module 1. Yay, I'm so excited for Funnel Dynasty. I am too, because that's going to be like the main course I throw my weight behind. Will I continue to sell Social Tock Shortcut? Yeah. A lot of people are like, I need help with TikTok. And yes, that course will be remastered after I'm done with the launch of Funnel Dynasty. No one's ever going to get the $997 price again. It will go to $1997. The plan is within a year or two to move it to $5,000. Because again, you're getting weekly coaching for life. You're getting membership for life. It is a deeper dive course. It's not a click by click thing. The only thing that I might update is any algorithm specific information, but it's like you're getting it for the course. You're staying for the weekly coaching that, again, is going to be more fine grain or deep dive than anything I've ever done. You might occasionally see it going on in Socialgram Shortcut, but it's always just shot through the Instagram lens. So I will continue to sell and support Social Tock Shortcut. That will be $997 forevermore. Of getting the permanent website sales page up for that. I will continue to sell Socialgram Shortcut. That will also be $997 forevermore unless I increase those prices. But for the foreseeable future, those will be $997 courses. Yes, they will both have 12 pays, no worries. But then also I will have Funnel Dynasty, and that's going to be my main thing. Will I re-release the Funnel Fairy Godmother courses because there were 8 of those? Yeah, I'll probably re-release it as a Black Friday through Cyber Monday sale of my own while I'm simultaneously running the relaunch at $1997 for Funnel Dynasty with this big influencer. It's going to be fun. I didn't mention Social Book Shortcut. Is that on the way soon? Because of certain things with my health and whatnot, and me having to get Funnel Dynasty out before the end of this month, the only time at $997. Working on the big, because I have a huge webinar and stuff like that I'm going to give with the influencer who came to me, and I was like, oh, and so they have certain things that they want me to do, and that's going to really suck up extra time. Do I think at some point I will do Social Book Shortcut? I think I will. I think I will do it more like a boot camp sort of thing. So there'll be a members area for the replays of the boot camp, and there'll be PDFs. But as of right now, I may not be able to do it before the end of the year. But I will say this, Nicola. And for anybody else who has Funnel Fairy Godmother Compel, and that was one of the big sellers. They all did okay, but Compel was a really popular one, and so was Focus if you needed to focus down on your niche. If you go to Funnel Fairy Godmother Compel and you go to the lessons that have to do with Facebook, that's still all pretty good intel. I don't think that course is out of date or anything. You could follow the Facebook Trinity that I discussed there, and you could still do pretty darn well from that. That could really help you get up to speed with Facebook, or to really push with it if you want to right now. Just because this influencer came to me and what they want is a lot, but it's really worth it. So that, I'm not saying no. Oh, how did I miss? Hi, Mike Reinhardt. I did not mean to be mean. Hi, Mike. How are you? And I said hi to Stuff and Junk by Heidi. Hi, Heidi. Just me too. I already have my money saved up and ready to go. Well, thank you, Miss Heidi. Yes, I mean it. It will never be sold for $9.97 again. That's a launch. I may or may not be finishing stuff up with my hair on fire, but at least you're getting the course at a price that's, you should, if you're going to be a coach and you're going to beta launch something that's bigger, I'm not against doing like a one-time beta launch, like discount. Like for those people who had Socialgram Shortcut, you guys know I was finishing that course up when I launched it the first time. I sent emails, I did all sorts of messaging so that people knew it was on the sales page for that first launch. You got that at $4.97, and forevermore it's been $9.97 with a 12 pay. This will be, because of the coaching that goes with it and the specificity that you're getting and everything that's being thrown into that course. You're getting the course. There's no separate kits or anything like that, or OTOs. Like, you get the course, everything's in the course, PDFs, everything, all of that. And then the coaching group, which again will be Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you were ever a Frosty, you guys were pretty good about that lives and on the replays. And you have to admit, in Froston, you could tell it's kind of like most of my pre-existing students and my email list, they've bought it. And they're, I only have a couple of people on those lives anyway. So I'm like, it's run its course. My husband doesn't want me to have another time slot. It's like 3 days a week. You do your lives, whether they're paid for or freeze. And you need to be like more in your treatments and more with your family. And he's right. So something had to go. So it had to be the live streams and the replays in Froston. Now, for anybody who's like, but I just got into the pumpkin batch of Froston for October, if you use the search feature and you look up live sesh, 2 separate words, SESH. I did it like sesh for a reason, so people could search and find all the live stream replays easier. But, if you put session, you might have who knows how many other posts. Those will pull up like the 8-10 live streams that I did that are all long and are mostly evergreen stuff anyway. Thanks. I'll check out Compel again. Yep. That'll definitely help you with Facebook in the meantime. And for anybody who doesn't have Funnel Fairy Godmother Compel, I will re-release all 8 of the Funnel Fairy Godmother courses Black Friday through Cyber Monday. That I will do. And that's it. I don't foresee doing another big deep dive course necessarily ever. So this is it. Funnel Dynasty. I'm giving it all. I'm giving it away. I'm opening the kimono. You're going to see it all. And the coaching, the one-on group coaching that's in there is going to be very specific. If there's anything broken in your system, I will choose a student every week to spotlight. And we'll have at least an hour to an hour and a half together every week. And of course, the replays. And of course, that'll be a group that I monitor. For Froston, also keep in mind, we do have the signature batch of Froston page. So if you want to join that, you haven't already, you can ask to go in there. And like all year long, if I have like an announcement, I'll post it in there too. That's the goal. So that no matter what batch is active or live, you'll be able to get get, frosting's all you got from me, then at least that's a way for me to get word out to you besides the email list. Heidi says, I'm getting my missing funnel fairy godmothers for myself as a Christmas gift. Well, thank you, Miss Heidi. And don't forget, you guys can check with your tax professionals. Usually when it comes to courses and coaching and or both, that's like business related, digital downloads and stuff like that, ask your tax professional, who I am not, but odds are you can write at least some of that off, if not all of it, against your income. So double check with them because everybody's facts and circumstances are different. But I bet you, especially if you live in the US, Canada too, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be surprised to hear that you can write all this stuff off. Okay, is everybody in a good place? I'm going to take a quick sip. Let me know if we're good. Again, if you're watching on the replay, thanks for watching on the replay too. And if you have any questions, put them down below. I wish these things didn't disappear, but like Donna said, you can pull them up. You guys are good? Cool. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you haven't already. I consider that a tip in the jar for free coaching, and it will help this video get out via live stream and replay to at least my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you do, because at least weekly for the foreseeable future, I will be doing some coaching on this channel, live stream / replay, at least a half an hour a week. You all know I usually go more. And also check out all the content that's already on this channel. It's organized into playlists if you like those. We do a lot about content marketing. I take different business industries and shoot through different lenses as examples. We look at Instagram marketing and TikTok marketing, because for a lot of you, Instagram is going to be your basic platform growth. And, it's an important content hub to have. And TikTok is just the growth factor, and it's gone past its tipping point, folks. It has. It is way more adults on it than kids. People are using it up to close to an hour a day. And they're on TikTok for about as long as they're on YouTube, which is really scary. And they have surpassed, as of September 27th, they made an announcement, they've surpassed over 1 billion active users. Facebook has about 2.9 billion active users. They're just catching up on Facebook so fast. Hey, Heather. Yes, definitely catch on the replay, my friend. All right, you guys, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. I will talk to you guys later. Have an awesome Wednesday. Bye.